Hello and welcome to a damp and humid afternoon here in beautiful Nova Scotia. We've had some rain, welcome rain indeed, not enough really to repair all the sort of dryness that we've had over the last few weeks. And if I show you the soil there, the dampness has only sort of penetrated the first inch or so into the ground, but welcome rain indeed. And I'm here at my potato bed, and as you can see behind me there, they're looking all a bit worse for wear now. So that to me is signalling it's time to have a look and do harvest the potatoes really. And what I thought I'd do is I'd harvest the potatoes, and those of you that sort of follow my channel will know that I do a bit of a competition between sort of traditionally grown in the earth potatoes, and on the other side there I've got potatoes that I'm growing in seaweed. So I literally lay them on the seaweed, and then I pile seaweed on top as they grow, just as you would pile earth up as they would grow. And I like to see how they get on. I've actually found that the seaweed ones have been beating the earth ones, I think. And also the one added bonus as well is that with the seaweed potatoes, there's no earth in them. You can take them out and they're actually beautifully clean straight away and already salted. Well, the last one's a bit of a joke, but you never know. Anyway, so I thought I'd harvest the potatoes, and then then I'm going to give the bed a quick refresh and plant up some basil that I've got in pots, and give that a bit of a chance for the rest of the August time to grow on. I'd hoped to show you a bit of a garden bed refresh that I did the other day in this bed here. As you can see, it's now got some bush beans in here, and it did have onions in it, and as you can see I've harvested all my onions. They're just on the side here. Absolutely fantastic harvest of both red and white onions. The white onions were a bit bigger, still got some in the bed, but you know, and then what I did is I harvested them all, and then I gave the bed, got rid of all the weeds, put a couple of inch layer of compost on top, so that's giving it a bit of a refresh, bit of an oomph, and planted up the bush beans. But when I filmed it all as you would, and then went to edit it, the film just hadn't taken for some reason. So that was a bit annoying. So it is a bit annoying when you do all that work and then nothing comes of it. Anyway, back to the matter in hand, which is the potatoes. So what I'm going to do is go and get my fork, and we can start forking up the potatoes to see what we got. This is exciting. It's like Christmas, isn't it? Well, not quite, but I normally get something more than potatoes at Christmas, but we'll have a look. I'm excited anyway. So what I normally do is I chop all the foliage off the top mostly of the potatoes, and then I can sort of get in there and see what I'm doing a bit better. So that's what I'll do first. In fact, I'm not going to do it all yet. I'm going to do a little bit and see how the potatoes are. Right, so I'm going to use a fork and sort of lever up the potatoes so that I don't spear them, hopefully. Here we are. So 1, 2, 3. I'll show you them better in a minute. Get in there. Some nice ones there. Quite a few. 4. See, that's the trouble with your normally grown potatoes. It's difficult Oh, some nice ones. Look at them, beauties. Don't think there's any more. Hang on. Oh, another one. So there we go. That's off our first potato plant. Not a bad little haul there. Got to be happy with that, I think. So I'll try one more. Couple there. Another one there. Smaller ones on this side. Nice looking ones though. Nice red ones. Oh, another one. Some small ones there. Quite pleased with these. I'll tell you what we'll do is I will get amongst all of these earth grown ones first. I'll take them all out and then we'll see what we've got. And I'll come right back. So there we go. There is our haul potatoes from this sort of, what was that, 4 foot by 3 foot area. Not bad. I'm quite happy with that. Some nice, good size potatoes, looking all healthy. I don't really water the beds, you know. I normally sort of wait for make use of natural, the rain etc coming down, so you know, maybe if I'd have watered them they could have been bigger, may have lasted a bit longer, because as you can see this is all pretty dry even though we've just had some rain, so you can fault me for that, but I'm quite happy with that from that little area. Let's have a look at this side now. This is obviously the seaweed side, and it should be easier to harvest but a bit smellier. Right, same again. Let's cut away some of this top foliage so we can sort of get at it. Weeds in there. Right, so this seaweed, I'm just going to put that in my compost heap, and that will rot down nicely there. Now this is a bit, still a sort of earth one here. Is it? Small potato. Hey, one. So not so good there. Oh, a few nice ones here. Smaller. One split. Tell you what, let me get into these and I'll come back to you. So you can see how we've got the sort of seaweed here, and there was a seaweed layer here, and it's easy to get to the potatoes because they're just sitting on top of the the surface. Yeah, something's been in amongst it there, but as a rule they're a bit cleaner and they're just easier to sort of get to. What else we got under here? Anything else? There's the old potato. Nothing else. I'll tell you what, not as good a harvest from my seaweed. I could have let them go a bit longer. Look, well, quite a lot longer here, but I've found a lot of these like this that haven't developed yet. So I've gone a bit early, haven't I? Gone a bit early. Nothing under here. Yeah, so some disappointment from the look, but you know, when you actually got them, it's easy to get them out of the ground. You ain't got to dig in amongst it, just got to remove the seaweed. Okay, so the results are in, and as you can see, I think I'm calling it for the earth potatoes, not the seaweed potatoes this year. As you can see, there's the earth on the left side as you're sort of looking at it, and there's more, I think there's more of them, they're generally bigger. There's some real nice big ones here in the earth pile, and the seaweed ones are just generally, and you can see here as well, where, you know, I've pulled this plant up, maybe I've pulled it up much too early, I must have really, because there's lots of smaller ones in here that haven't developed yet, and I should have known this because the seaweed potatoes normally take a little bit longer to come through, you know, and start developing. So really I should have had a word with myself and let these grow a little bit longer, but I sort of normally harvest them at this time of year, and they were drooping a bit, so I thought that's what I should be doing. But there we go. But you know, there's still a nice little haul there from a 6x4 bed, and as you can see, again as usual, the seaweed grown ones are nice and clean. Yeah. None of the dirt that you get on that side, so they're a lot easier to clean. But the results of the 2022 potato versus seaweed, I'm going to do that again. The results of the 2022 earth grown versus seaweed grown potato competition is the earth grown ones. Well, that's the first, I think, in my sort of 5 years I've been doing this. There we go. I think they're all going to be equally tasty anyway, and definitely job's a good one.